Well, we need to talk about failed Democrat presidential candidate Hillary Clinton here in this video. This woman is evil. When it comes to people on the left, Hillary is one of the most despised people out there. In 2016, she lost to Donald Trump, and Hillary Clinton denied the election. But we're told if you actually denied the election results of 2020 and 2022, you were an election denier. It's kind of funny how that works because Hillary and Democrats, they actually denied the 2000 election and the 2016 election. When their guy actually gets in, it's perfectly okay. This country is in a lot of trouble under Joe Biden and Democrats. A lot of trouble. 2024 is very, very important. And Joe Biden, whether you actually believe he's going to be the nominee or not, doesn't matter, because even if he is not the nominee, whoever they get is going to be a disaster, because the Democrats are socialists. They're a bunch of communists and a bunch of Marxists. Look at everything they're trying to do to President Trump. They're trying to lock him up because they are authoritarians. They are socialists. They are communists. They're Bolsheviks, whatever you want to call them. That judge, man, in the Trump case, man, that guy is out of his mind. You know what? He kind of reminds me of in Nazi Germany, they had this crazy Bolshevik judge, Roland Freisler. He was a Nazi. He was also a Bolshevik. And Hitler never gave him any other promotions except in the People's Court where it was actually fixed. It was fixed. The outcomes were already fixed. He was just there to lay down the hammer. But anyway, back to Hillary Clinton here. There is a clip going around on X here. And give me a follow over here on X, guys, at Real John Matrix, 2 X's. I'm over 800 followers, trying to get to 1,000. Appreciate everybody that has followed me over here. This clip right here, 4 minutes long. Hillary calls for formal deprogramming of Trump supporters. And Todd Stearns actually says, I believe Stalin had a word for that. GULAGS. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Concentration camps, GULAGS, whatever you want to call it. Communist China is running concentration camps right now for Uyghur Muslims. This woman wants you Trump supporters, all 74, 76 million, all of you guys thrown into a concentration camp. Because you will not go down with their Bolshevik agenda. Let's go ahead and react to this clip here. Let's play it.
And we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him?
Well, it's because you and your Bolsheviks are out there trying to throw this man in prison. I mean, what they're doing to Trump is nothing more than politics, and the American people know it. Even the polls have said that all these indictments are politically motivated. They're trying to lock this man up for saying that the 2020 election was stolen. Hillary was saying the same thing in 2016. She made up the whole entire Russia collusion hoax. The whole thing. She made it up. And by the way, for you left wingers out there that don't know this, the whole birther movement with Barack Obama, people want to say that Trump made that up. No, Hillary started that. Do your research. But let's continue.
Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
And how do you do that? Because you said you have to defeat them by defeating their leader. Their leader is Donald Trump. Even you have said that you expect him to be the Republican nominee. How does this change at all?
At this point, I think, sadly, he will still likely be the nominee, and we have to defeat him. And we have to defeat those who are the election deniers, as we did in 2020 and 2022.
You notice she didn't say 2016, right? You notice she did not say 2016 because in 2016, she was denying the election results. Hillary Clinton said that Donald Trump was a foreign agent of Russia. She was saying that Vladimir Putin actually interfered in the election to get Donald Trump elected. And guess what? Investigations were done, and there was no proof whatsoever any of that happened. This woman is a liar. This woman should actually be in prison for those 30,000 emails. I really wish Donald Trump would have actually prosecuted her. Donald Trump and his DOJ didn't do it. But when Donald Trump gets out in office, these socialist Democrats go after him. They're trying to take away all of his businesses. I mean, that Marxist judge up there in New York said that Mar-a-Lago is only worth less than $20 million. Nobody believes that because there are properties right now on Zillow that are smaller, like a half an acre going for like 30 million. Mar-a-Lago sits on 17 acres. Nobody in their right mind believes that that property is only worth $20 million or less. Letitia James, the communist DA up there in New York, she's been going on a tirade. Trump posts after Trump posts after Trump posts. She campaigned on getting Donald Trump. That is her only purpose in life. Man.
And we have to, just be smarter about how we are trying to empower the right people inside the Republican Party. Nancy Pelosi had a majority of 5 votes when she was Speaker. Kevin McCarthy had a majority of 5 votes. Nancy Pelosi passed consequential legislation. And she clearly had members within her caucus who, ranged across a spectrum of political beliefs and ideology. And she kept everybody together. And she kept everybody focused on the future. Mm-hmm. He couldn't do that. And so he paid a price, but more importantly, the country paid a price.
And so when you see another matchup between potentially Trump and President Biden, what goes through your mind? And particularly, how do you process that this person who defeated you back in 2016 is still at it, given all that you've said? 91 indictments, civil fraud, sexual transgressions according to the courts. How is this still happening?
It's the classic tale of an authoritarian populist who really has a grip on the emotional, psychological needs and desires of a portion of the population. And the base of the Republican Party, for whatever combination of reasons, and it is emotional and psychological, sees in him someone who speaks for them. And they are determined that they will continue to vote for him, attend his rallies, wear his merchandise, because for whatever reason, he and his very negative, nasty form of politics resonates with them. Maybe they don't like migrants. Maybe they don't like gay people or black people or the woman who got the promotion at work they didn't get. Whatever the reason, Make America Great Again was a bid for nostalgia, to return to a place where, people could be in charge of their lives, feel empowered, say what they want, insult whoever came in their way. And that was really attractive to a significant portion of the Republican base. So it is like a cult. And somebody has to break the, break that momentum. And that's why I believe Joe Biden will defeat him. And hopefully then that will be the end and the fever will break. And then Republicans can try to get back to, fighting about issues among themselves and electing people who are at least, responsible and accountable.
Yeah, she wants the establishment to stay in charge. Now, she had mentioned something about maybe Trump supporters don't like black people. Really? Because we're seeing an increase in black people supporting Donald Trump. Your guy, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, has a long history of being racist. Even in the 2020 election, we heard what he actually said. If you don't vote for him, you're not black. This man said that poor kids are just as smart as white kids. This man, Joe Biden, is a fraud. He was singing the praises of the racist Democrat governor, George Wallace. All that's on record. All of that. And Trump supporters not liking black people, that is BS. During the whole George Floyd thing up in Seattle, in the Chaz Chop Zone, white progressive liberals were telling black people what to do. They're telling them, hey, don't speak to the media. Who are you, white progressive liberal, to tell black people who to speak to? Yeah, that's Hillary Clinton's people that were doing that. This woman is evil. This woman went full Stalin communist. She went to a bunch of all these other communists out there that you can actually think of. All of them. This is disgusting, man. We need to win 2024, or this country is going to go down big time into a Marxist-Leninist state. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.